welcome to the 17th video podcast from Birds I've Seen. My name is Rob Coyle. This morning I've got up incredibly early and I've come to the Queen Mother Reservoir for my first ever twitch. So this is the first twitch I've ever been on, but it's an important one because it's a Buff Bellied Pipit, which are incredibly rare, a mega for London. So I'm here, so let's be quick so it doesn't bugger off before I get a chance to see it. Okay, so we're walking down the reservoir. This is the first twitch I've ever been to, proper one. I've seen rare birds before, but this is the first. And there's tons and tons of people already here. So apparently it's still here, so we should be all right. Here they all are. There it is. Look at that. It's really close. So here we are underneath the flight path of Heathrow. All these blokes, mainly blokes, a couple of women, have come to see this little tiny bird which you can see in front. The American Buff Bellied Pipit. It's a mega in London, which means they're incredibly, incredibly rare. And there it is. Look at that. About 10 yards in front of me now. If that, 5 yards. Yeah, so like other pipits, it's looking for little insects. That's why it's going on the grass and the waterline, where it'll be. It's currently just walking around the reservoir, being followed by about 25 blokes, including me. It hasn't really stopped moving either. So it's just like, it looks just like another pipit, but obviously the colour's different. But it's so brazen walking around, proper American bird. That's not a stereotype. Not in the I've said before that things aren't in the slightest bit bothered about humans, but this thing, it's got about 30 blocks, like 2 yards away from me at times. It's just quite happily going around feeding. What a privilege. There you are, you can see it looking now for insects in the grass. Can you believe those views? It was absolutely incredible, and like everyone was there taking photos, leaning over the wall. Just unbelievable. It's great, and there's other stuff here too, so we're off to go. Let's go and try and find them now. As per usual, the old tufted ducks We always see the black and white males, the browner females. We always see them, don't we? I like how this great crested grebe, it's a young one, it's tucked its head in its belly, so it's like a bizarre little tank going around the water, but it's keeping itself warm. And here we have the Buff Bellied Pipit's cousin, the meadow pipit, hiding in the grasses. It's even more elusive than the other one. Okay, so I've walked actually nearly halfway around the reservoir. There's a long-tailed duck here apparently and a red-necked grebe, so I'm trying to see those. So apparently they're on this side of the reservoir, so I'm on this side. Unfortunately, no one else is, so it's just me looking. Here's a pied wagtail doing nearly exactly the same as the buff-bellied pipit. Walking along, looking for bits of food. And I suppose you could argue it's possibly a bit prettier, but nowhere near as rare. So over the other side of the reservoir, the birds were much closer, but because the sun was in my eyes, all the birds became silhouetted. Now the long-tailed duck was in the middle of those tufted ducks, so it became impossible to see, and I was just looking for a smaller bird with a little beak. Thought I'd seen one, I got a bit excited, but it's very unlikely now looking back at the footage. Never mind. So we've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for watching, but you've been treated today by the buff-bellied pipit. Really rare American bird here over in West London. Absolutely incredible views, and more people are arriving and the car park is filling up, and what amazing views. Hopefully they'll get too. Absolutely incredible. So well worth getting up at 6:15 this morning and driving over, but absolutely brill. Really chuffed. There was also meant to be a redneck grebe here, which I didn't see, which is a shame, but we saw great crested grebes, which was great. So you win some, you lose some. Of course, then we had the possible long-tailed duck, possibly not. Again, quite a rarity. Tufted ducks though, and so there was plenty to see, but the main star of the show, the buff-bellied pipit, that's got to be enough for this podcast. So hopefully you'll join us for the next podcast where we'll be somewhere else. Have a good new year, and we'll see you soon. See ya, bye. If you like the podcast, why not subscribe by pressing the button on YouTube? And if you like my artwork, it's all done using photographs that I've taken, and I have an Etsy shop, Birds I've Seen. So go and have a look and buy some stuff.